Bro, so he said, pull up in 10 minutes before I change my mind. Like, who the fuck do you think?
Condoms are provided in the women's changing room. Are you aware of this?
I was not aware of that, Senator.
Did you know that they're not provided in the men's changing room?
I was not aware of that, Senator.
Do you think that's a strange anomaly?
Senator, I believe it's absolutely wonderful that women are taking care of their own sexual health.
I agree with you, Ms. Hinder. I just wonder why men aren't taking responsibility as well.
We are.
That's a good question, Senator Hume, and we'll discuss it further with DPS. Thank you for bringing it to our attention.
No, I agree with what you're saying, but all I know is if somebody walks into my house, I'm not going to be worried about what they was doing. I'm going to make sure I have protection one way or the other. Whatever tool I need, protection. Period. End of story.
It's not happening tonight.
Thank God I'm a girl, because if I was a man, like, I would... And my side bitch kept the baby? What do you mean you keeping that bald-headed ass bitch? Matter of fact, I'm fighting you and the baby. Nah, because then you're going to go to jail. Like, you see, that's not right. But no, bitch, fuck is you talking about you keeping the baby?
Can someone please tell me what happened to the men that approached women? What happened? Because a guy will look at you all night, make eye contact, follow you when you go to a certain place, but then not approach me, not ask for my number, nothing. So, just want to say, for Valentine's Day, I'm going out with my girlfriends. Men, if you're listening, if you're looking at this video, if a girl is out with her girls, there's a high chance, I want to say 95% chance that she's single. So approach her, please. One more thing, if she's not making eye contact with you, then she probably just wants to hang out with her girls, so don't approach her, leave her alone. And yeah, that's it. Good night.
The problem isn't that you're probably single. The issue is that you said, whether you're single or not, to not approach you. In any situation, don't approach me. Leave me alone. I'm here with my girls and I'm having a good time. We are having a night out. Don't you come over here and ruin it.
You either look married, you sound married, or you act married. You look married because you've got jewellery on your left hand and people think it's a ring finger. Just like, get it off. You sound married because when someone asks you what you did at the weekend, you just say, we went to the cinema, we went to this, we went to that. Yeah, we is married. And you're walking around like, oh my God, I've got like a husband and 3 kids, don't even talk to me. That's why. Sort those things out, start getting asked out.
Most women want men to approach them, they don't approach men first.
Looks like they really do want to be approached, but
In the right way.
what is the right way? The right way is to not worry about women at all. Instead, you gotta give your life to Jesus. Let him find you the right one at the right time. If anything, women come last, because
you gotta have your fortress built before you have your queen.
I just want to talk about the men not approaching women thing. If you are a man and you are watching this, you have to be not afraid to be rejected. That's part of the game. That's part of being a man. You have to be okay with being rejected. You can't be a beta. You have to go up to women and be fine if she says no. That's it. And it's not a reflection on you. She's just not into you if she says no. But go up to women. If you see a cute girl at the gym, like there's ways you can go up to women that aren't creepy. Like you can be like, hey, do you need a spot? Like say something about their form or just like say hi. Just say hi. It's so easy. If a girl's looking at you at a bar, go up to her. She wants you. If you see a cute girl at a bar, go up to her. You don't even have to buy her a drink. Just say hi. Compliment something about what she's wearing. Compliment like her hair, anything. It's not that hard. It's very easy. So what, you want us to go up to you so the girls have to not be scared to get rejected? That's what it's come to?
Okay, lady, well, if you're going to tell men what they need to do, then don't get upset when they expect you to go in the kitchen or do their laundry. And also, if it's that easy, why don't you go and do it and see how it goes? As women, it's not really our place to tell men what they need to do in the dating scene when they're the ones that have to do most of the work. You know, women will say they want men to lead, but then tell men what to do. I think at this point, women just have to take the L, stay home with their cats, and move on. That's it. Because when women are telling men that they need to man up, what they're telling them is they just need to simp and bend over backwards for them. I mean, this one might just be mad that nobody's approaching her anymore. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
You know, it's got to be disheartening. Like she said, that you used to get approached at one point in time, but now you really don't. You know, like a lot of modern women say, I used to have a whole bunch of attention that's coming my way, but now it seems like as I get older, or it seems like when I start doing this or saying that, men no longer approach me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how to get it back. Yeah, you lost your touch. You lost it. Retire.
No, I don't go on coffee dates anymore because last time I went on a coffee date, here's what happened. Hinge guy, coffee shop. He's late. I buy my own coffee. Useless. Couldn't even buy my coffee. I had to do that myself. Great, useless. He comes, he brings his sister's dog, who is the small Chihuahua, who is so old and fucked up that it is not alive. Like, it is on the other side already. Like, its eyes are glazed over. It's within the light. It is with Jesus. Okay? They're just carting around its body at this point. That's how fucking old that dog is. Not too much on the dog. Okay, sorry. We're having this date. He takes the dog out of its bag, hands it to me to hold and to pet. I don't know how to say, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to hold a dead body. So I take it. I take the dog. I'm petting it. I don't want to. It smells, and its fur is the consistency of a tumbleweed and a dreadlock. Okay? I'm scared that it's going to pee on me. Look, it's so sweet that they take care of this dog who is begging to be released from this physical world. So sweet. Whose lung is collapsing and who can't see. So sweet. A date is supposed to be romantic and sexy. You're supposed to catch a vibe. That's how dates feel good. That's how attraction builds, okay? This is not a sexy situation. Having coffee with this fucking dog, it's not a sexy situation. Also, my coffee time is very sacred to me. That's when, like, I'm getting all my ideas, when I'm really connecting with myself, when I'm working. I'm not trying to go on a coffee date, not because it's cheap and, like, low effort, but because it would be a waste to spend that energy, that coffee energy, on a man talking about his fucking siblings and petting his dog who is not even of this world anymore. So no more coffee dates. Thanks, though.
I mean, honestly and truly, you might be able to have a creative session with him, right? The guy might have had something that was, you know, good for whatever your business is. It seems like your business is just complaining, which is the business of most modern women. So that shouldn't take a lot. That shouldn't take a lot of your creative time, but who knows? Someone in the comments said, my face, my business. No, stupid. No, that's not how marriage works. Some of these women are stupid, man.
Dear Bad Bunny, thank you for 15 minutes of straight Latina ass thrown on the big screen. Your contributions are greatly appreciated.
Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
Oh my God. You're never wearing that without me. Dude, you're never.
This is how every dating app conversation goes. Hey, you're so beautiful. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
What you meant to say is that's how the dating conversations go when it's the men that don't want you. When it's the men that haven't picked you. The men that be in your inbox. You be responding to them, you be ghosting them.
They was like, why y'all don't appreciate lingerie no more? And then they was like, because y'all be wearing that shit to Top Golf.
He say he never had this and I be.
It looking like Summer Walker don't like nobody that day. She might be sick, or she might be tired. I mean, having to do all that you got to do, and then having to do like a meet and greet, and like take a picture. Man, you can barely keep your eyes open. Man, you know, I'm sure she's pretty appreciative, but she look like she's tired.
I hate when men ask, oh, so what's the relationship between you and your baby daddy? There's not one, but he will crash out if he finds out about you. He don't want to see me with nobody else, and he don't want to marry me. So, therefore, are we going to pursue this or not? I can't help what I got. I did it. It's done. What we going to do?
No, we're not. That's the end of it. I thank you for telling me, and you have a good day.
Here's why I don't care when a man says he's busy as an excuse for being inadequate. It's currently 10:05 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I have been up and working for 16 hours. I live in New York City. I work a full-time corporate job. My hours are typically 9 to 6, and I commute about 3 days a week. I am also an influencer. This morning, I got up at 6 a.m. so that I could respond to emails, send emails, monitor my own social media, create content for the day, have a meeting at 7:45 a.m. with a brand before getting to my 9 a.m. job. I left the office at about 5:30 today. As soon as I got off the subway, I went to the grocery store, I grocery shopped, I came home, I meal prepped, cooked, and ate. I worked the entire time that I was eating dinner. I was reading DMs, responding to DMs, reading emails, responding to emails. Then I joined a recovery meeting at 8:30 p.m. Despite the fact that I have been up and working since 6 o'clock in the morning, I still showed up to the meeting, I still shared, I still counseled other fellows, I still spoke to people after the meeting, and I am still counseling other fellows. It is now 10:13 p.m. and for the first time today, I'm going to relax. No matter what my day looks like, I never miss a text or a call from a fellow. I did about 1 million things today. I'm incredibly tired, I'm incredibly burnt out, and I'm emotionally exhausted from today. But I would never use any of what happened today as an excuse for being inadequate. I even bought myself flowers today. You make time for the things that you care about, and you make time for things that are important to you and things that are important to people that you love.
One thing you're going to continue to hear modern women do is relate everything back to them. If I can do it, then so can you. They're going to run into the problem sooner or later that there's things that they can't do, and they're going to want people to have grace with them. I hear what you're saying, but you're going to want people to show you grace when there's stuff that you can't do. And when they explain it in a simple method to where, oh, well, I can't do this, I can't. No, this is how you do it. And you're going to get upset, and you'll be like, oh, well, he didn't really have any patience with me. He didn't do this, this, and that. Y'all think, and sometimes y'all don't be really doing a whole bunch. You say you do that. It's the same thing when y'all say y'all are doing dishes or y'all are washing the clothes. You're not doing a whole lot. What you're really trying to say is, I have a higher mental load than you do. And you actually don't. Your mental load, even though you put little things during the day, and I understand that you're busy, but even though you put like little things here and there during the day, it really kind of like fluffs up your daily schedule. You look at what that man is actually doing, and he's doing way more than you are.
So I was looking on the floor tonight because I'm not getting jumped and kicked out if I'm not.
So this is love.
Somebody in the comments said, no more charity cases. It's not really a charity case. She's a single mom. And she's not that cute.
Okay, so I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday, Maya Galore, and she does all things beauty, lifestyle, fashion, that kind of stuff, right? In her vlog, she talked about how she feels the men of this generation are just scared to approach her. Obviously she's successful. She presents herself very classy, very rich, luxury. That's the aesthetic that she has. And she recently went out with her friend. I think they went to some bar to like watch a football game or something, and she noticed so many men were staring at her, but none of them were bold enough to actually come over and approach her or come over and talk. I think the only guy she said that was bold enough to do something was like trying to summon her. So he made eye contact, and I think he was like gesturing her to come over, but she doesn't respond to that. But for the girls on here, do y'all relate to that? Do y'all ever feel like men are just afraid to approach you? Men are afraid to actually make a move. It's like, you know, they're staring, but they're just not bold enough to talk to you. And I definitely relate to that, because when I think back on the last, let's say 2-3 years, men just don't approach. And you could say, oh, well, maybe they just don't find you attractive. But like she said, sometimes you see them staring. It's like you see them staring, making constant eye contact with you. But it's like they're just not afraid to. I don't know. What's the cause of that? Are men intimidated? Because again, she does carry herself very rich, very well put together. Are they just intimidated by us? Are they just shy? Do they just lack initiative? Like, do we just have a generation of men that don't take initiative anymore? What's going on?
Well, now you know how it feels when y'all be trying to summon a man with your eyes. Oh, I did? Coming up. I don't respond to that. I'm not responding to nonsense. Y'all need to start opening up your mouths and saying something. Waving your hand and saying something. Not all of this other nonsense you got going on.
I wish we'd go back to when guys are just always walking up to you when you're out. Like, could you imagine? Oh my gosh, if you're like at the grocery store, at the gym, they're like, hi, I just couldn't help but say you're so beautiful. Like, I'd love to take you out sometime if you're single. If they were like good looking, like, can we go back to those times? But because like society has more and more changed women to be like the chasers or like things like this, it's like making a lot of men be like, oh, I can just sit.
Men are not sitting back because they want to be chased. Men are sitting back because y'all told them not to approach you. I just saw a video, 5 videos above this one, where a lady was working out in Planet Fitness. She posted a video and the guy walked up and tried to talk to her. And her caption said, you can't even work out in peace at Planet Fitness. Why won't they leave us alone? So when they do approach y'all make videos about them, calling them weirdos and creeps. And when they don't approach, y'all make videos about them, calling them sassy. These men can't win for shit. Just like how I saw that video, other men are seeing videos like that one, and they're listening. They're not approaching because they're being told not to approach. So your issue is with other women. You need to take it up with them.
No, society hasn't changed men to do any of that. Modern women have taught men to leave women alone. Modern women have told men, do not approach me. Period. So when you're talking about, oh, it used to be like, I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Well, guess what? I'm thinking with the right head. I'm thinking with my brain. And now it turns out, like y'all said, I actually can help myself. I actually can, and I will, to not approaching you.
Stop telling me to go meet someone in the wild when I go in the wild and someone will be staring at me the whole entire night and won't come say hi. How many more times is that going to happen? How many more times am I going to be in the bar, playing pool, at the coffee shop, on a walk, and I will be staring down another person who is staring me down, smiling across the table, whatever, and you don't come say hi? Oh my gosh. What am I meant to do, you guys? Am I going to have, like, we always have to make the first move or something? Because, like, oh my gosh.
I will never get out here repping that I'm an independent woman. Independent is nowhere in my vocabulary. So here's my list of things that I will not do. When God blesses me with a husband, he can do all those things. Anything to do with taking the trash can from the curb back to its little spot after the trash man comes? Absolutely not. Now, housing can keep leaving those pink slips. I don't care. I will give them written notification. When I get married, my husband will be taking that trash can back from the curb. It's staying there until further notice. Anything to do with the breaker boxes? I don't even know where the breaker box is at my house. Filters, changing something, going into the basement? Absolutely not. Anything to do with loud noises in the middle of the night, I'm tucking my thoughts in my bonnet and going right back to sleep. I have a big German Shepherd. If he can't hear it and is not alerted, then who am I to fight against nature? See, y'all single independent women sicken me. Get a man to do all that stuff. Even if y'all not in a relationship, some man somewhere will help you. God, please don't take away men, because I'm doomed.
I have a bone to pick, another one. My fourth one this week, apparently, and it's only Wednesday. So I work in influencer marketing, social media realm, whatever. Just got an email from an all-women sports, talent agency. The agency only represents women in sports. Love that. Love, love, love. I start looking through their website, and I go to the Our Team section. Why is the company only run by men? President, male. Vice president, male. Chief operations, male. Chief marketing, male. Chief financial, male. There is not a single woman. There is not a single woman who works for this company that only represents female athletes. Again, love the inclusion. I love that we have I love an all-female agency, but why is it not run by females? Riddle me that.
Imagine women complaining and saying, y'all won't give us a shot. And then men get together with their prowess, their power, all of the might that they can muster in this sector or whatever it is. They try to support, and the women continue to complain.
I once dated this guy and he said to me that men and women cannot be friends. And I was like, really? Is that a sign of your insecurity? And then he was like, no, babes, let me break it down for you. And I love when a man breaks it down for me because I like to know what they're thinking. And he was telling me that men who pretend to be your friend, they're just out there in the wings. They're just waiting. They're waiting for your current relationship to basically have a little buck up, a little pothole, a little oops, right? So that they can kind of zoom in conveniently. They're waiting for you to break up with that person so that they can, or they're not even waiting for you to do the honorable thing. They're just waiting for you to give them the cue that them can, even when you're, if you understand what I'm saying. And I was like, really? And then when I think about it, I'm like, I have a lot of male friends. I get on better with men in general than women. As I get older, I just don't get on with people at all. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. And I'm like, my male friends, are they all just waiting in the wings? And it doesn't mean that they like you, it just means that I want with you. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, is it possible? Because I don't know if it's possible. And the reason I asked this question is because I have a dear friend of mine and I love him to pieces. And the other day he said something that was basically telling me, babes, if you want it to know, you can take it to know. And I was just like, oh, I did not see that coming. I did not see it coming at all. And then it made me think of the ex, right? And I'm like, oh gosh, maybe he was right. So I just wondered, what does the internet think? Can men and women be just friends? Or is there always going to be a slight undercurrent? Not necessarily that you act on it, but there's always going to be a slight undercurrent that something could have gone. And if you need any translations, let me know in the comments. My darling, you're welcome.
I think we need to start adding an element to this conversation because yes, a lot of men will. There are a lot of men out there that, I'm friends with you because I like you, right? But you said no, so I'm kind of here in the friend zone. We need to start understanding that men are not as predatory as you're making them seem. Well, how come we can't do this, and this, and this? There's many times, even though that man would want to be in a relationship with you, he understands and respects your boundary. So he continues to be a friend with you. Some men say, no, I don't want to do that. So they go their way. But the man stays there. He continues to help you out. When y'all go out, he might pay for something here and there. That man is good to you. Even though you don't want him as a romantic interest, the man is still good to you. And he's not predatory. He sticks up for you whenever you need it. And he goes about his way. There's men out there that do that. Oh no, yeah, we had, I had a crush on her. And I think she's, oh, you think she's gorgeous? Yeah, I think she's absolutely gorgeous, but that's not the way it is. So we're just friends. Oh man, you don't have to make it sound like I'm just telling the truth. Oh, so you're looking for an inroad? If it was possible, and if you would allow it, then I would probably say yeah. But we're friends, and I have to respect that boundary. And a lot of men do. Y'all be thinking, and sometimes they do these things where you call the man and you say, hey, would you crack or something? And for those purposes, the man says, well, yeah, probably. I think you're attractive. But there are a lot of men out there that will say, no, man, we just friends. I wouldn't disrespect you like that. I wouldn't cross that boundary. And a lot of those men actually go on to get married to somebody else. They take the hint and they say, hey, listen, I waited around for 2 or 3 years. I'm going to go find somebody else that really actually likes me for me. Oh, well, you're still in? No, I'm not. I think she's beautiful. We still friends. But I got my wife over here. It is what it is. You know, if I see you again, or, you know, if we happen to come into contact, you know, that's great. We might get together and catch up here and there. Maybe. But once I start, you know, my family, my wife, my kids, I'm on my own journey. And I wish you the best on yours. Right? Men, I know y'all don't think they do. Men know how to follow and respect boundaries. They know how to follow and respect boundaries.
Alpha men don't split the rent. We don't split bills. My girl don't need to work. I'm not saying she gonna be a bum or whatever. I'm just saying she don't need to bust her ass at work. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm the man of the house for. My wife, my woman, could focus on making, you know, having a little side business, you know, making money if she wants. If she don't want to, she can ask me, bro. I don't mind working 7 days out of the week, going home and spending time with my family. Of course, when I'm home, I'm for the family. I'm not going to the club, I'm not chilling with my friends, I'm not doing none of that. Alpha men don't move the same.
And this really got to be talked about more because women eat that shit up. They love that shit. Alpha men, we a slave. That's who we are. Alpha men are delusional. Because I don't know if you thought this through, because I know you're not working 7 days a week. Once you work those 7 days, then there is no break. You just do that again with no days off, like at all, even if there's overtime. So you're like, I come home, I'm for the family. Now you come home, you're tired. You're going to neglect the shit out of that family. Yeah, women may want you to make some money, but they also want you to be present too. And you are not going to be present. This idea that you got unlimited energy, you got some kind of life hack I don't know about. And I'm going to be honest, any woman that's okay with that you need to leave her immediately. My man be working 7 days a week. Damn, like he just worked forever? How long he been doing that? So he just forever? I ain't knocking the whole, you know, wanting to provide or wanting to put, you know, money in a girl's hands or being able to buy her those heels and stuff like that. Yeah, everyone's got their own system, you know, whatever it is, 50-50, whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about my guy. You are literally going to be a slave. I'm going to be popping bottles. You ain't going to be, you can be too tired to pop those bottles. The women that are with men that are working really long hours with strenuous jobs know that when he's home, he is sleeping a lot. He is exhausted. So this is just you talking about much shit you don't know anything about. But then again, those women eat it up because he's a real alpha man. Apparently being an alpha male is being a slave.
Somebody said, not in this economy. Not in this economy. Where I live, a dual income is $450,000 a year for house, kids' sports, vacation, car, utilities. That means my man has to make $450,000 by himself. This is very rare. You need 2 people to work. Another guy says, well, that was a woman that just said that actually. Here's a guy that says, he's young. He will learn.
Until a bitch come pull my pants down and suck my shit without me asking, bro, I'm gonna be easy, nigga. And when a girl do that to me, gang, on God, like, she got my heart. That means she love me. She in love with me.
My boyfriend of almost a year ghosted me. This all started my senior year of college. I don't know why I dated him. Truthfully, like, I did not really fuck with him. It's just convenient. My friend was dating his roommate, so I was like, oh my god, perfect 2-man. So the story begins when we were going home for Thanksgiving break. We weren't gonna see each other for a week, but keep in mind, everything was perfectly fine leading up to this. And keep in mind, my birthday is over Thanksgiving break. So earlier that day, he had told me that my birthday present was coming in. If somebody buys you a birthday present, you know, you think things are good with them. Anyways, I'm about to drive home and we were hanging out before that. He says bye to me. He tells me he loves me. So I get home and we're texting like normal. I have to get up really early the next day. I text him. I'm like, I have to wake up early tomorrow. Miss you. And he fully responds with, good night, I love you. So I go to bed, all is well. And I don't know what possessed me to wake up. Literally to this day, it feels like I had some sort of exorcism because I fully woke up at 3:30 a.m. out of my bed, like, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, look at my phone. I look at my phone, text from him, and I'm like, oh, okay, what does he have to say? He fully texted me, you up? This was at 12:30, okay? So approximately like an hour after I went to bed, he texted me, you up, question mark, just a goddamn booty call? You're my full-on boyfriend, okay? Just genuinely like 2 sentences, and it's just like, hey, I don't think this is gonna work out, like, we're done. I genuinely was so in shock. I didn't even know what to say, so my first reaction was just bruh. Texted him bruh because I was so taken aback. How do you text somebody I love you, good night, and then an hour later break up with them? That's kind of fucked up. So I text him literally bruh to begin with, and then I was just like, you cannot be breaking up with me over text. You are a grown man and you cannot break up with somebody like IRL. I call him, didn't answer. I would assume that he's gonna answer me in the morning. And to this day, I've never heard from him. He never texted me, literally not a peep. Cried one singular like tear, like I was sad for approximately 5 minutes. And then I was like, I'm free, bitch. Safe to say that steered me away from having a boyfriend for a while.
So basically, it sounds like you really didn't like him like that. It was just convenient. And so he decided he found somebody else. And so therefore, he went with that option. No, it sounds like a perfect trade-off if you really didn't F with him like that.
Top reasons why men aren't approaching women in 2025. For one, low testosterone levels. Men's testosterone levels are the lowest they've ever been because of diet, exercise, all these factors, not living healthy lifestyles. And testosterone is what gets men to be motivated to go and ask a girl out. Two is dating apps. Dating apps has made it way too easy for men to think that they have access to women. It gives them this like false hope, and it makes it so easy for them to just go on their phone and take the easy way out. Is consuming too much online adult content. It is getting really scary when men just go on their phones and can instantly have access to all sorts of material. Why would they even go out and court a girl if they don't need to? Honestly, girls do not make this any easier. Girls are not approachable. Men are terrified of being called creeps or making a girl uncomfortable, so a lot of them just don't do it.
Darlings, Valentine is around the corner, yeah? Do not feel pressured on Saturday, okay? Don't let social media fool you. Don't think your man is trash. If your man was trash, you would know before Valentine's Day, okay? It's not Valentine's Day, you suddenly know your man is trash. And if your man is a good man, you would know before Valentine's. Like, Valentine's is just one day. And I feel like using one day to judge a man isn't it, okay? Don't use your relationship because everybody on social media is doing God knows what. And on a normal day, I would not even talk about men. And for the girlies, okay? So do not let social media fool you to thinking your relationship isn't great or your man isn't great. That's not, nah. Don't be pressured. If you don't do anything for vows, thank God for your life, okay? It's not every day you get to do something. So don't be pressured. Everything's gonna be alright.
Well, most modern women like this this whole, oh, this is the make or break, this is the finale nonsense, and they ruin their relationships because of that. It's basically an ultimatum. And most men, they choose themselves in the ultimatum.
I just saw a TikTok where a girl said a guy won't approach a girl if she's really beautiful. If she's really attracted to them, a guy will be intimidated and he will not approach you. But a guy will also not approach you if he's not attracted to you. Actually, a guy won't approach you, period, in this generation because it's princess treatment. The guys want to be pursued. The guys want to be approached. The guys want you to text them. The guys want you to make the first move.
So I'm actually really happy you pointed this out because this changes the game. A lot of times we assume that men don't want to pursue us because they're not interested, but we live in a society now where I think men are like walking on eggshells because they're not sure how we're going to react and how we're going to respond and if we're going to think that they're creepy. So they kind of just stay back. So we got to learn to kind of initiate some of these little magnetic tactics, using I want to give these guys a little bit of knowledge that we are interested. I'm really happy you pointed this out because this actually makes a lot of sense. So thank you.
Why do men in bars just stand there with their drinks and stare at us instead of coming over?
Because they're scared. They're worried they'll get rejected and embarrassed. Men will do anything not to do the approach. They'll talk themselves out of it, or they'll drink a lot. And then eventually, when they've consumed various substances, they'll muster the courage, and then they'll come and talk to you. But that's probably not the type of guy you want to end up with anyway. So as a guy, you have to go through a process of either progressive desensitization or learning to turn confidence on in the moment. But you just overwhelm yourself as a man by thinking you have to go and talk to the most attractive woman possible. Talk to somebody that you're not attracted to at all. Like, imagine Lord of the Rings. Like, imagine there's somebody who looks like Gollum, right? Man or a woman. You go and talk to that being. And then how much approach anxiety would you feel then, right? Probably not that much. Well, then you go from Gollum to maybe, I don't know, Frodo or like a Hobbit, and you work your way out. Like, gradually you go up from a 4 out of 10 to whatever, 9 out of 10. And that's how you'll be able to do that.
Hey, so I'm a little bit confused about that last text message you sent me, or why you think that I would ever be wanting to go out with your big funky ass on a Valentine's Day date. I'm never that desperate. I'm never desperate at all, actually. As a matter of fact, I don't like you. I thought I was doing your big funky ass a favor by even talking to you. I thought you were very cute because you were poor. I like a little charity case every now and then. I like to volunteer at the House of Horrors every now and then. Let me tell you something. You smell like salt, pork, and cheese. You look like you get your cologne out the crack of your ass. You have your mother's face and your daddy's bank account. You need to take your ass down to the zoo and see if perhaps they have any applications for any monkeys, because this must be a joke. This must be a joke. I would lather myself in duck fat and walk through a pen of pigs before I stick my big toe in that big Dodge Caravan that you drive, and never gave that I was going to go anywhere with you for Valentine's Day because you can't afford it, boo. I'm not in the mood for no 2 for 20, 2 for 25, 4 for 4, 2 for 5. None of that bullshit I know you be eating. I'm not in the mood for a Subway meal, a sandwich, a fried bologna sandwich, or no oodles and noodles. You don't have me like you think you had me, boo. I thought we were friends. And this how you treat a friend? This how you treat a friend? Even the fact that I even let you get my number and call my line is a goddamn winter miracle.
So basically, you got kicked to the curb. And then you decided it would be better to go get crapped on by pigs. I mean, the bar is on the floor. The bar is in hell. Y'all went from getting crapped on by men in Dubai to now getting crapped on by pigs in the United States. Somewhere out in Kentucky.
Ladies, if you want to know why you're not getting approached by men when you out in public, and you know when you step out you a 10, it can only be a couple of things. Number one, he could have seen what you was driving, or the way you was dressed, and the way you was carrying yourself, and that could have intimidated him. Number two, he probably thinks that you are so bad that you wouldn't even talk to a guy of his caliber. So basically, he probably think you way out of his league as far as looks. And last but not least, number three, it could be because you got an RBF. So ladies, don't say I ain't put you on game, and take notes.
Hey, so I really genuinely want an honest response from the people who know me and from the people who just follow me on here and feel like you know me based on what I share. So last night I went out and I ended up getting into this discussion, and I was sharing how men don't approach me like people feel. I am not somebody that men just come up to and just, no, I was saying it's like I repel them. And I was like, I hate the whole, oh, well, maybe they're intimidated. And I'm like, I'm not even intimidating. And the person was like, but you are. So then they started throwing out stuff like, you're resting bitch face. And I'm like, I need a bar of entry to like filter out the bullshit. Okay, what else? And the guy was like, maybe because you kind of come across prissy, like you could be better than me. Do I give that? Guys, I know I'm confident, but do I give that? Do I give that I'm better? Talk to me. Tell me. No, don't get it twisted. I do not make myself easily accessible. I'm not. And maybe, yes, with me, it would probably take a little bit more to get through to me, but I do not believe I come off as being better than or even condescending. I don't believe that. I believe that it's a cop-out. Even the intimidating talk, it's a cop-out. How might little intimidation intimidate you as a big broad back man? Like, what am I gonna do, bite you? And you may like it. That's the thing. So it's not about, I felt like that was just a cop-out. And if that's how you feel about me, it's a cop-out. I'm telling you. It's all about how you chat to me. It's the conversation. I like depth. Maybe because saying not deep. Yeah, but it's not. Is it? I mean, even if you tell me yes, I know it's not. So.
And the one thing that normally brings me so much excitement in life is training, is the gym. I love to go there. But I don't know what is up with bodybuilding gyms and just like the Globo style gym in general in LA. But it's like a fucking meat market, you guys. Like, I've been in gyms all over the country. I genuinely didn't know that men still thought it was appropriate to hit on women at the gym. And it's like, I know that I like hesitate to make this complaint because I feel like it could come off as so pick me, but it is exhausting. Every single workout, and I have tried so many gyms, I get interrupted during my workout by at least 5 men. Just, like on a polite day. On a rude day, like some of the gyms that I've been to, I had a man I was actively ignoring because he was following me from machine to machine. Not following me, but there was 3 different machines he tried to talk to me at, and I was like, had my headphones in. I was in the middle of my set. On my last set, when I was doing glute kickbacks, he literally took my AirPod out of my ear and was like, I've been trying to talk to you. Why are you touching me? I had a guy try to follow me home from the gym one time because he was like, I just want to make sure that you get home safe. I just want to talk to you. Get home safe. I've actually never been more afraid in my life. I had a guy a couple weeks ago, I was on the stairs and like I went to a new gym because I was just like exhausted from the behavior of the men and then not having to see them after turning them down so many times, the amount of time that they waste of mine at the gym. So I go to a different gym. And this guy who used to try to flirt with me on the stairs, every time I would get on the stairs, he would get on the stairs next to me and try to talk to me the whole time. Even if I was on my phone and I made it clear I was sending work emails and I had my headphones in, he would still find a way to talk and interrupt me. This time he's not on the stairs. I'm on there alone. He stands in front of the stair stepper and he's waving his hands like, hello, hello. It's exhausting, you guys. I literally have so much anxiety about going to the gym. And I'm just like, can you guys please get another hobby? It just drives me insane. And it doesn't matter what I wear either. Like, they will find a way to be bothersome. Like, I think men need to have a meeting again and go back. Like, I feel like it used to be frowned upon to have that behavior with women in gyms. Can you guys go back to that, please? Okay.
Those guys that were that one guy that followed you home, I feel like that's beyond weird. I feel like that's it's almost a crime. It's almost a crime. I would think. I guess it isn't, but definitely, I would definitely call the cops. Or maybe you probably were walking home or something like that, and your gym was right around the corner. And he walked out of the gym. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know if he physically got in his car and followed you home like that, because that would have been a next step. But nevertheless, it's creepy is not really the word. Creepy is definitely there, but it's like sound the alarm. You know what I mean? I would probably have like asked for an escort, to be honest with you. My question is, what do you like? If I'm looking at your profile right now, you seem not only pretty fit, you seem super fit, and it's almost like you do shows, like you're doing those shows where you present your body or whatever, whatnot. It's slipping my mind right now, but that looks like what you do. So I'm wondering if people are like, man, you look so great. Like, what do you do? Do you you go to these shows? What do you do? Like, so I'm wondering, aside from like the creepy guys and the weirdos, if that's what people are asking you. Because sometimes people see that and they're like, oh man, she's really killing it. They might see you on the weights and they might come up to you and be like, whoa, man, I've never seen a woman lift that much, man. What do you do? Like, what's your regimen? What do you eat? You know, what kind of supplements or vitamins do you take? What type of nutrients do you take? I wonder how much of that is the questions that she gets asked versus what she was just talking about here with, you know, people being weird. Not to say that you can't have alone time, especially when you get to the gym and you're like, man, I'm just here to work out, da 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 da. But I'm just asking because people a lot of times they take notice of something that's abnormal and they want to connect with it. That goes for pretty much anybody and everybody. They want to take notice of it and they want to connect with it and be like, man, that's so cool. And because a lot of times it's majority of guys in the gym, you're probably going to run into a majority of guys. So it looks like this is something that she is actually a bodybuilder. I'm going to play a little bit of it.
I am pretty committed to competing in NPC Wellness for my first bodybuilding competition in 2026. But every single time there's a big competition going on right now, we just closed out Ben Weider Natural Pro, and I see what the figure girls are doing. I'm sick to my stomach that I didn't listen to my coach and just train for that.
And she's got some other videos too. She got some other videos too. She had some videos of some deviled eggs. She had some videos of some deviled eggs. I was like, man, looks like she's got some influencers here that are into the same thing that she's into, and that's, you know, bodybuilding. So, I mean, like I said, it could be the case that that's what they're looking at you for, right? And they're saying, man, that's so cool, man. I never come across anybody like that. So I understand it can be a little bit annoying. Definitely understand that. But I don't know, man. Like I said, besides the creeps, I think once you start doing things, you have to understand that people are going to see you and they're going to be like, oh man, you know, that's so cool, man. I got a friend that does that. Why don't we connect? It's annoying to you because you just want to go in there, have a low key day and just, you know, do what you're doing. But when you start to kind of, they might have even seen you at a show, right? And when you start to kind of get some more status and a little bit more elevation, then that type of attention comes, right? So it's something that you either have it or you don't. So that, you know, I know it doesn't make it any better, but